So, hi Zeal, I'm Ayush and I'm working on a research assignment which is around in the domain of real estate, and the topic is property listing app versus the traditional brokers, property brokers that we have in the market.
Mm-hmm.
So could you just give me a brief about yourself?
Sure thing. So my name is Zeal. I'm
Okay,
working as a concept designer at Dragonfly Game Studio, Canada.
okay.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
So,
Mostly about me.
yeah, Zeal. So have you ever used such kind of apps prior?
Yeah, my days in Pune, I used an app called No Broker to
Uh-huh.
find places, and we also used OLX actually to find
Okay.
places.
You used no broker and
OLX,
sorry, could you just come again?
OLX.
OLX. Okay.
Yes,
OLX.
that
Okay.
one.
So, okay. So, how often do you use these apps or websites?
Oh, actually use these app very rarely. I just open it
Uh-huh.
once the requirement is done, like once the objective is fulfilled, then I don't use them very often. They just stay hidden somewhere on.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
it's a very rare. Yep, it's
Mhm.
basically very rare.
Okay. So, you must be also. Are you having any experience with the traditional property brokers that we have around?
Sorry, can you please come again?
Could you do you have prior experience with traditional brokers, the property brokers that we have around in the market?
Yeah, quite a lot.
Okay. Yeah,
So
quite a
one
lot.
thing which I actually hate about these guys is, the percentage which they take
Mhm.
away from whatever the deposit will be,
Mhm.
and how annoying these guys could be actually. I mean, they 100% don't find you proper places, but they will charge you or overcharge you for the particular one place.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Right.
it's very inconvenient. It is easy, but it's then the things get very sticky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you just walk me through your the could you just walk me through your process, how you find your last rental property in Pune?
Okay. So the last one, for the last one, I believe it was we find it through OLX. So we were
Oh,
not
like,
aware of this particular thing that property is actually go on OLX for sale. So
mhm.
we actually find the flat through like we first went on no broker. We checked different sites. We actually got like a couple of brokers working for us to find a place.
Mhm.
But later on, it was like the OLX thing which came handy. So yeah, it was like luck by chance thing for us.
Right.
So yeah, and if I want to like give you a brief, what exactly happened was we
Mhm.
tried many different options
Okay.
basically. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So, how long did it take to find an ideal property for yourself?
I think it took like 2 or 3 days because we were already getting kicked out of our current house, so we have to find it very quickly within a week.
Okay. And how
So
many
yeah, take
sites?
it as
Okay. And how many sites did you just visit during this duration, 3 to 4 days?
mm, for this for booking. I think we actually didn't visit much sites. Mostly it was
Huh.
like through broker mostly, like I said,
Mhm.
and the sites which we visited was like OLX.
No, not site
That
means
is there.
the flats and the places. I mean,
Okay, you mean those sort of sites?
uh,
Okay. Actually, we visit quite a lot. Like maybe it would be like
okay,
eight or
eight or
nine
nine.
places. Yeah,
That's a lot actually.
yeah, that's quite a lot. I know.
Yeah. So
We
as
had a
you told,
requirement actually.
okay,
Yeah,
you
go ahead.
have. Mhm. Yeah. So as you told me, right, that you were going through OLX and the No Broker app. So were
Mm-hmm.
the interface interactive and were the services good on this platform?
No broker app. It's like your typical booking app.
Mhm.
So interface was very average. And for OLX, I don't know. It's a very old app. It got some problem with interface actually. It's
Mhm.
a little difficult to navigate through things.
Okay.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like it's everywhere basically. The purpose of OLX was I think to sell some normal stuff like furniture if you want to sell.
Right,
But
right.
now it's like everywhere. Now you can sell from a vehicle to houses and stuff. Pretty weird.
Right, 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 right. So, okay. So, as you just again, like you were using OLX. So, were
Hmm.
there any main actions or objectives that you used on that app? Anything, any actions
Yeah, mostly
specific?
using the filter feature, like filter feature
Filter,
and keyword feature. Uh,
filter and
I think keyword feature, like what you do is you just type a keyword in search bar. That's like a basic thing.
okay, okay.
Like we'll see houses for rent, like
Right,
that.
right.
That's the keyword, right? So yep, basic search features we use to find this place. Location search we did, like based on our location, show what houses are available.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
yeah, that's all. We didn't use any much advanced feature. We just try to, shoot our arrow and see if it hits the particular app. That's all.
Right, 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 right. So, okay. So, how could you just describe the user experience of this platform?
It was very average actually, maybe like a three and a half or a four out of five.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, like I
okay,
felt the UI was pretty outdated. Like I said,
okay.
it's like
UI was
everywhere.
right, right,
Yeah,
right. Okay. And any feature that you really liked about this app?
actually, what could be the problem could be the solution as well in this case. So, like, let's say about OLX, right?
Hmm.
It's not a feature, but it's the fact that it's the fact that that particular thing is like everywhere. So
Hmm.
sometimes you can find out things unexpectedly which might work for you. Not a feature, but that one thing which I found would be like the strength of OLX at the same time could be the
Right, right,
weakness as well.
right, right,
Yeah.
right. Okay. And anything that you really hated about this platform?
About OLX,
Features. Any features?
yeah. Actually, nothing in specific. It did the job. Like it isn't great. Like
Hmm.
it's not the best, but it is good enough to do the job. Basically, like
Right.
an old person can, I think, also use the particular app,
Hmm.
and most of the time can get his work done through it
Right,
without
right, right,
going into a lot of things.
right, right, right. So,
Yeah.
any issues that you faced during this entire procedure of renting out, and that you were not able to resolve?
Mm, no, I don't think they were like any issues.
Hmm.
Maybe you can include. It's not the primary issue, but you
Which
can
issue?
include the traveling thing. You need to
Okay, traveling
move
issues.
the luggage, right? You need to move
Uh,
all the things from one flat to another. And that's quite a whole different task in itself. Like now you need to find a completely new person to get all the stuff from point A to point B.
right,
You
right,
have to
right,
discuss it, so that's like another task. So that's one thing we figured it out later on, but then it is a thing which we
right,
faced
right,
like eventually ran into basically. Yeah.
right, 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 right. Okay. I think so. It's actually an issue of the of the shifting and traveling. Yes, even I have faced it in certain amounts of time. Okay, so we'll just
Yeah.
move on to the next question.
Yeah.
Any
Sure thing.
major improvement in any of the feature or functionality of that you want to have? What would that be?
That I want to have. Maybe I am dedicated to renting and shifting. Okay. So I
Okay.
don't have to go on some certain app, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe it could have more authentic features or more authentic services. So
Mm-hmm.
no broker, what you have is like I think to call the owner, you
Mm-hmm.
need its premium version, which is completely fine. Maybe it's that is how they want to monetize things. But I think it could be like a basic thing to at least
Right,
call the owner and get the information.
right, right,
Right.
right, right,
So
right,
yeah, maybe like an app dedicated if you want to talk about this, maybe an app dedicated to finding flats and moving in and out.
right, 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 right. It's actually a very hectic procedure, right? Like shifting
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
stuff. It's actually very hectic.
Yeah,
So,
if you take it from a perspective, that you don't know the city, like
mm-hmm.
you're completely new to Pune,
Uh-huh.
and then you're just walking right into like completely a new place, and you need to know where you can stay at least. So I think it's a good idea. You can have a certain feature which can at least tell you whether the closest cities which are providing space to live. So that's like another thing you can think of, I believe. So yeah.
Right, right, right. So I will just move on to our last question. Anything
Sure
that,
thing.
any thoughts that you want to add up into this conversation that we were not able to cover? Anything that must be around features or just for improving the experience, something like that. Anything.
Mm, honestly, I'm not sure because the whole experience was average or below average,
Uh-huh.
but somehow it did the job. So there is like not much of a feedback.
Right, right.
Considering OLX is like having more simple, want to have like more simple UI and interface and everything, and I have to be everywhere. So it's like one of their gigs. So there is no feedback on that particular thing. And the thing which I just recently said, maybe you can take it as this particular feedback which you are asking. That by
Yeah.
having it open to people who are just walking into the space.
Right, 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 right. Yeah. So, so yeah, Zee, thank you. It's a big thank you to you for allowing me to just conduct this interview. It was very
Hey, no
insightful, I
problem.
must say.
Mhm.
And thank you also. And sorry, just if I just disturbed you.